YouTube, what's going on? Thank you for checking back in with another Doghouse TV upload. This is going to be part 2 of my $40 240. Some of you guys are probably thinking, wondering, like, this doesn't really make any sense, Travis. Like, why would you just buy this raggedy shell and expect that you can throw it together and get it running? Well, let me show you guys a few things here. Bring you guys up to speed. If you don't know already, I have a whole spare CA. Now, I thought the CA had a compression issue when it was in my hatch. After a private day, I couldn't get the car to start back up. Well, actually, it ended up being an ECU. So the ECU that I've got in here somewhere, there she is. This was my original ECU that belonged to this CA that was in the red hatch. Now, I freaked out because I wanted to go to Black Friday. I bought a whole nother CA and I ended up getting a whole nother ECU. Now I think this CA is still going to have some life left in it because I honed this block, I put new rings on it, and I thrashed it, and we were having zero issues up until that ECU like problem. And then obviously I swapped that whole nother CA in there with that T2528 from ISR, and then I swapped over like my shaved manifold and stuff. This was off that CA, this complete manifold. I'm holding on to this for another CA build down the road. But this is the power plant that I plan to use. I have a ton of extra parts for this thing. They're all over here. CA stuff is in here. There's a block and stuff down there. And then that tote in the corner right there actually has a ton of CA parts in it too. This guy is studded. I have a fresh head gasket for it. This is an OEM water pump, an OEM fan clutch, an OEM alternator, and an OEM alternator bracket. I do have a power steering pump mount here. I just need to get the pump itself. I may have one imported from New Zealand, Australia, or I just might do the Pulsar one, but I still need to come up with the swivel action and a pulley. So that's why I say I may import one, because it makes life 10 times easier. I've got both engine mounts. I'll need a transmission, a wiring harness, and an ECU, and we will be set to bring this power plant back to life. As far as this car, I have already found a ton of parts for it. I found the wiring harness for the engine bay, the lower harness for the alternator, so I can get the battery in there, get everything charged up and working with the electronics and stuff, and when I want to put headlights and stuff back in it, I'll have that option. I have not found fenders yet, but that's kind of the least of my worries. I found doors. They're shells, they're empty, but I may just snag them just to have doors on the car. I have my whole sheet of Lexan over here. 2 sheets actually. That'll go over the quarter glass. I found a subframe at Michael Kelly's. I have to go take a peek at it and see what he's going to charge me for that guy, and we can get that guy thrown in there. Basically, guys, it's just going to be waiting on me and my funds. That's really what it's going to come down to. Everything else is pretty straightforward. I think the car is going to go back together rather quickly. I don't think there's going to be any major issues. I think it's going to be a little annoying and kind of frustrating finding all the nuts and bolts and odds and ends to get everything bolted up properly. But guys, I'm really not sweating like the build being that in depth. I want to get the power plant in there. Well, obviously get the car rolling first, but get the power plant in there and then just get it so that it can pass tech and that we can drift and have some fun with it and enjoy it. So in this video, guys, I'm just going to shut up, stop rambling. I'm going to get to cleaning out the car. I probably won't film much of that stuff because it's annoying, and honestly you guys probably don't want to see that. I'll maybe just set the camera up, do a little time lapse, and then once the car's cleaned up, I will show you guys from there. Actually, before I dive into it, let me just show you the car as it looks in the daylight, so that way you guys can get an idea. All these leaves and stuff, this old carpet, all the parts and stuff just laying around in it. Basically just going to clean it all up, get a pressure washer, pressure wash everything, and make it look somewhat pretty again for a shell. But yeah, guys, I'll check in with you shortly. Yeah, we're even gonna salvage the carpet. Soaking it all down, cleaning it all out right now, and pressure wash the whole inside. We're gonna clean up all the areas with the rust, hit it with some wire wheel, and then lay down some paint. I'm obviously gonna try to remove all the sound deadening shit as much as I can, but that'll be later on when I figure out what I'm doing with my seat and stuff. We're just cleaning everything out, getting all the bugs, all the leaves, all the trash, everything. All this nonsense that's just hanging out in the car, old sound deadening stuff. We're just cleaning it all up, getting it ready so that we have a clean slate when it's time to put in some work. Having fun? Oh yeah, always. So guys, we've got the 240 cleaned up, probably the best that we're gonna get it as of right now. We pressure washed it, soaked everything down, and right now I'm gonna bring it to my buddy's house where I'm gonna be storing it for the next couple weeks until I figure out what exactly I'm doing as far as getting parts together and getting it to be a roller, because I would like to get it all assembled, get it to be a roller, and then bring it back over here to my place. That way I can continue working on it here. But as of right now, as you guys can see, it's really not in the condition to be sitting in an apartment complex parking lot. So my buddy's nice enough. You guys know him from like some of the Black Friday and Spring Break videos. His name's Nate. He's got the Subaru. He's gonna let me have this guy parked there for a little while, and then from there we're just gonna be kind of just waiting and figuring out what we're doing about parts, getting her together. So we've got her strapped down, loaded up, ready to rock and roll. I know she didn't really move anywhere, but we did unstrap her and clean all around. Got the Cummins warming up, and we're gonna head over there and get her dropped off. So I should have been filming, and of course we got ahead of ourselves, but as you guys can see, the car is off the trailer. It's actually hovering above the trailer right now. It's on some jack stands with the cherry picker here in the back, tied up to both toe points, and then my big Dodge jack stands that are under here. So I'm gonna slowly pull the trailer out from under it. Hopefully it stays where it is, and we'll lower it down with the floor jacks. Florida sun is not forgiving, guys. It is so hot out here. It feels like it's freaking June. It's unbelievable. Anyways, as you guys saw, we got the car unloaded. It's on jack stands. Really wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be trying to get it off the trailer. She came right off with a little bit of convincing. Winston had the floor jack up front with the large 2x4 across the front, and he just held it. Nate was in the back with the cherry picker. We jacked it up there as you guys saw, and I just pulled the trailer right on out. We got to a certain point where we put jack stands under it, and from there, pulled right out. No issues, guys. So we're going to clean up, get everything all straightened up here, and then probably in the next couple weeks here or so, I'm going to start getting some parts to throw at it to make it a rolling chassis, and that way we can get it out of my buddy's hair, out of his driveway, and we can get to working on it, making it a drift car. So I'll wrap up this video once I get everything cleaned up, and we're on the way home because I still got to drop the trailer off to Huffman and do all that good nonsense. So I'll check in with you guys in just a few minutes. What's going on, guys? It is the following day. We are in the garage. I wanted to wrap the video up, and before I close it out, I wanted to talk about the C8 one more time, and then a couple other things. I know I mentioned the subframe earlier in the video. I actually talked to Huffman, the guy that I rent that trailer from. His roommate has one for super cheap that's got a diff and axles and basically all of the stuff. It might be missing a couple arms, but that's alright. I'm going to be replacing those with adjustables, and he's not asking an arm and a leg for that. So I'm going to try to pick that up next week, which will make the rear rolling. I have LCAs up here and some knuckles. These guys are going to go in the front. I just need a front cross member, and then I can get the front rolling because I have the suspension that's down here. And yeah, we'll be set to have a rolling chassis. And then the next couple videos, I want to open this guy up, basically clean everything up. I need a new O-ring for my pickup tube. I want to clean up the turbo and everything because you guys can see it's just been sitting here in the corner of my garage, so it needs to be just ran through. And plus, nothing's really tight on it. Everything's kind of just snugged up. Actually, I think the turbo's loose. The manifold is, oh no, it's on there a little bit. Oh yeah, okay. Well, it still needs to be tightened up. Everything's just kind of like hanging out on it and stuff. So I'm going to run through that. You guys can be expecting to see that in the next couple uploads. And then from there, hopefully we'll get this car rolling, get it over to the house, get doors on it, and just get it together and get ready to get drifting, because that's all I really want to do. So yeah guys, I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day. Enjoy the weekend. Stay safe. Practice your social distancing, all that good stuff. You know, I don't know, this COVID stuff going on. It's really crazy out here, so you guys just be safe and, you know, look out for one another. Anyways, guys, I will see you in the next upload. Have a good weekend. Later.